Welcome back to this training session with this lovely little lad. Now, we're working on his focus work. As you can see, sometimes he still is dropping his focus slightly, but he's getting into it really nicely. I'm starting him off on some scent work today. Now, scent work is really, really good for any kind of behavioural issue, whether that's reactivity, whether it's hyperactivity, or with him, his lack of focus and over-arousal to things. Now, we do have the cows in the background. They're quite a distance away, and he's keeping his focus a little bit until later on where you'll see where his focus comes off. So when I'm teaching him the first fundamentals of scent work, we're just using small amounts of reward. When I've been doing his counter conditioning to any kind of things that send him well over his arousal levels, we've been using a large amount of reward. So you'll see the difference in the size of rewards that he's getting. Here, he's just getting a few bits of his dinner. When we're working with his staying under his arousal level, then we're using larger amounts of his dinner. But here, all I'm doing is imprinting the odour that I want him to be finding with scent work. Very, very simple. And when we start to introduce an indication for him as well. So here we're just introducing that indication. And we're just using this to try and keep his focus on things and to increase the amount of feel-good hormones that's going around his system so that we can start to use this in higher arousal situations. He's got to start learning this in lower arousal situations before so that he will be able to cope with this in higher arousal. So you can see here that he's starting to see the cows that are moving, and they are a bit of a distance away, but this is the distance that he starts to lose his head at. But you can see that he is offering me that focus away from the cows. He's looking at them and then looking back at me. Previously, he would have lost his head, especially with them moving, and would have been jumping and leaping at the end of the lead. So he's coming on leaps and bounds, and he actually offers himself to go back into doing the scent work lesson. So I'm just moving the item around so he can see where it is. And even though those cows there, which took his focus, he's actually coming back into working on the exercise that we're doing. And I did think that actually that would be the end of our scent work exercise once the cows had come back into our vision. But he's actually offering to me that he wants to continue working with that scent work, even though there are the cows in the background, which is something really, really positive for him in keeping his focus and actually not going over his arousal levels, which is something which is really encouraging in getting him out and about into different environments, with the fact that he is actually bringing his arousal level down himself and working through these issues with me and for himself as well. He's bringing himself around. I'm not actually asking him for any focus away from the cows. He actually offered that to me himself, and he is starting to learn that when he sees the cows, actually he needs to stay calm and just look back at me. There we go. He gives us that focus back. So I'm not asking him anything there. I'm not interrupting him with anything. We've just instilled with working every day in the fact that there's something that takes him over arousal, but he looks back at me and gets a high reward for it.